every shuffled foot. "Wonder is, I'm here at all," he'd tell you. "My own goddamn miracle of medical science. Got more wrong with me than a hospital full of leftovers. Asthma, diabetes, heart trouble. Enough metal in me to sink a good-sized fishing boat." "What you are," I'd tell him, "is a miracle of stubbornness." "Just hugging the good earth, Turner. Just hugging the good earth." The grasshopper stepped down to his knee, sat there a moment, then took off, with a thrill of wings, back out over the street. "Least somebody listens," Doc said. "Back when I was an intern." Apparently a page had been turned in the Chronicle playing inside his head. I waited for his coughing fit to subside. "Back when I was an intern, it was like high school machine shop those days. Learned to use the hacksaw, pliers, clamps, the whatsits. More like Jeopardy now. How much obscure stuff can you remember? Anyway, I was working with all these kids, all in a ward together. A lot of cystic fibrosis. Not that we knew what it was. Kids who got the butt end of everything. There was this one, ugliest little thing you ever saw. Body all used up, with this barrel chest, skin like leather, fingers like baseball bats. But she had this pretty name, Leilani. Made you think of flowers and perfume and music. An attending told us one day that the truth was, Leilani didn't exist anymore. Hadn't really been alive for years. It was just the infection, the pseudomonas in her that went on living, moving her body around, breathing, responding. He looked off in the direction the grasshopper had taken. "That's how I feel some days." "Doc, I just want you to know, anytime you feel like dropping by to cheer me up, don't hesitate." "Never have. Spread it around." "You do that, all right." He waited a moment before asking, "And how are you doing?" "I'm here." "That's what it comes down to, Turner. That's what it comes down to." "One might hope for more." "One does. Always. So one gets off one's beloved butt and goes looking. Then, next thing you know, the sticks you used to knock fruit out of a tree have got sharpened up to spears, and the spears have turned to guns. And there you are. Countries, politicians, TV, designer clothes. Descartes said all our ills come from a man being unable to sit alone, quietly, in a room. I did that a lot. Ain't sure a prison cell counts. Before and after. The ills found me anyway. Yeah, they'll do that, won't they? Like a dog that gets the taste for blood. Can't break him of it. Odie Piker drove by in his truck, cylinders banging. Thing had started out life as a Dodge. Over the years, so many parts had been replaced. Galvanized steel welded on as fenders. Rust spots filled and painted over in whatever color came to hand. 4 or 5 rebuilt clutches and a motor or 2 dropped in. That there was probably nothing left of the original. Nor, I think, had it at any time in all those years ever been washed or cleaned out. Dust from the fallout of bombs tested in the 50s lurked in its seams. And back under the seat you'd find wrappers for food products long since extinct. Doors eased shut on pneumatics as Donna and Sally Ann left City Hall for lunch at Jay's Diner. Minutes later, Mayor Sims stepped out the side door and stood brushing at his sport coat. When he saw us, his hand shifted into a sketchy wave. "Frangible," Doc proclaimed, his mind on yet another track. "Okay." "Frangible. What we all are. What life is. Fragile. Easily broken. Mean the same. But neither gets it near the way frangible does." He looked off at the mayor, who had gotten in his car and was just sitting there. "Two schools of thought. One